Welcome, everyone. Oh my God, I was joking. Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 549. I am your host, Matrix Lawyer 212. And I'm with Chris Al. What's up, Chris?
See those ood over there? That's right. The Real Hoovians cast and the Everything Show are now into ood trafficking.
That's right. What's up, Steampunk? Star Raisin.
Amber Street. Hello.
What's up, Daniel? Hi, Daniel. Daniel, son.
Daniel's enjoying the ood that he purchased from us.
What's up, Ray?
The universe will send you to your sleep.
What's up, Scott?
And Esther from Sanford and Son for president.
All right, so of course we got to start it off with box office numbers. Box office numbers for Star Wars: The Force Awakens as of February 3rd. Domestically, 898 million, getting close to 900.
Damn.
Worldwide, 1,966,067,924. So,
A lot of ood.
yes. How does this stack up every day? Every day, we have yesterday it did 798,790. Day before, 927,000. Day before that, 780,000. And on the weekend, on Sunday alone, it did $3,558,021. On Saturday, it did $5,089,962. And on Friday, it did $2,468,701. So it's still, on the weekend, generating a lot of money. So we may get at least 2 more weekends out of this, okay? It will definitely cross 900 million in 2 days.
Yeah.
Probably just tomorrow. As far as it crossing the $2 billion mark, I'm guessing around Tuesday, possibly.
Yeah,
Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's
And then stick a fork like a hot dog. It's probably going to be done shortly thereafter.
The ood's in control.
already.
Right.
Well, I know that Blu-ray release is on April the 4th, so it could play until April the 4th.
Right. So, what do you think? I mean, I'm pretty confident it's going to reach $2 billion.
It's going now.
Well, I originally predicted they would make about $2 billion. That was my original prediction.
That's right.
They wouldn't do the Blu-ray all the way till May 4th. So.
All right. I saw the X-Files, and I have
they delayed the Blu-ray. They delayed the Blu-ray until May the 4th.
No, I'm just saying. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did.
Oh.
Give it something like that. Do a little May.
I want to get into the X-Files real quick before we go into anything else.
I've seen the first 3 episodes of season 10.
Well, okay. Let me just get into the last episode. I was like, what the F with the last episode? I thought it was the Love and Monsters of X-Files.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ouch.
I don't understand.
Oh,
I don't
Emergency Awesome loved that episode. He said that was his favorite episode.
Was that a Mulder meets the Were Monster?
I don't understand why you only have about 5 or 6 episodes, a short starter season, and you do a crap-ass episode like that. I mean, I know what they were going for comedy, but give me a break, man. That was the Love and Monsters of X-Files. I'm sorry. That was probably the worst X-File episode ever.
For some people, though, it was their favorite episode. Like Emergency Awesome, he's a pretty popular YouTuber. He said that was his favorite episode.
Just because he loves it doesn't mean I love it. So
I'm sorry, but I think the ood was in control of programming.
you know,
I thought it was pretty funny. Was it a man?
I don't watch the X-Files
was
for
it
comedy.
a lizard that became a man?
Okay, I don't watch the X-Files for comedy. I watch the X-Files for the way the tone it is. It's sci-fi. I don't watch that for that. So I know they had to do something different. Like everybody has to do something different with their show, and I was not going for that. I thought it was. It made the X-Files look cheesy. and a cop-out and crappy and made fun of itself. And when you're trying to gain a new generation of fans, you don't put an episode out like that. I know that
for a second season.
Well, it was
crap, and you know it was crap. That was garbage.
I just like that line. Was it a lizard that became a man? Was it a man that became a lizard? What's the difference?
If that was an episode, that could have cut the whole thing canceled, first of all. That episode. All of a sudden, Scully's like making out with the guy. I mean, what the hell?
That was his interpretation.
I know, but that was ridiculous. And that
was
whole
ridiculously funny. It was
funny, but it's not supposed to be funny, the show.
The show had funny episodes. They had the Freak Show episode. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, that was.
I don't know. What do you think, Scott? What did you think? Would you like it? Scott, did you like it?
It was okay.
I
tuned in mainly for the
Scully part. Yeah.
Yeah, the Scully part.
It's like the 10th Doctor saying to...
Well, I mean, as a Scully sort of a Scully.
That's what I was saying.
The best line is the lady the lady that was a guy that was transgender. She's like, they thought I was on crack, and then Mulder's like, are you? She's like, yeah.
Is that what I was saying? Oh, God, Dan. He's like I was trying to say. He's like the 10th Doctor trying to make an Ood laugh. That episode was appalling.
The reason why I liked that episode, I mean, it was goofy and it was a little bit out of sync for the first two serious episodes, but the reason why I liked it, and there was like a subtle message about, a subtle critique of modern society in that episode, which I liked, and it did it in a funny way.
But you do that when you have 24 episodes in a season, not 6 episodes.
This is at 13, right?
What's that?
It was 6. No, they're only doing 6 episodes. For
6 episodes.
I can remember 6 or 13.
Next season they'll have more of that.
But it was originally supposed to be only a mini-series, but from what I understand, it got 20 million plus people watching it.
No, it was never supposed to be just a mini-series. It was always going to be a second season.
Well, because it's done so well. What I'm trying to say is I saw a news article about it. Because it has done so well in the ratings, it got 20 million plus viewers. I don't know how they determined that, but that's what they say. They did really well in the ratings, and they're going to probably bring it back for season 11.
Well, actually, that wasn't the reason, but the whole thing was they said, let's start it off with 6, because David Duchovny, and Gillian Anderson, they just didn't want to commit to a big season.
Well, logical deduction.
And they don't have anything else going on.
Right, but then while they're filming it, they said, okay, we'll definitely do a second season. So that was always the plan, for them to do a second season. But this just strengthened the idea that there was going to be a second season.
If it didn't do well in the ratings, then they wouldn't waste money.
Well, of course not. But they did have a plan set because they filmed the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger means that there's a lead into the second season. So they always, there's supposed to be a season. Cliffhanger. I guess
the cliffhanger with the lizard man running into the woods.
No, the actual cliffhanger.
This time he took off his tidy whities.
Yeah, but this no. There's an actual season. See, that's why I like it.
That's why I love the episode, because it's comedy.
But see, that's why I like
it. Fun of it. Like
it's
like
not
that one
supposed
line.
to be funny.
It's awesome.
I know. I guess. All right. Chris, did you see it?
No, I don't like the X-Files.
Okay. God.
Thing
He
about
took off his tidy whities. He flashed Mulder.
Yeah, I know. He was a cell phone salesman. And he was a lizard monster. That's just whatever. All right, let's get
one. He was a lizard that became a man. He's going to go into hibernation for 10,000
years.
It's okay. It's not that long.
Right.
It wasn't a bad...
That means that there were some people out there who thought this was based on a true story. So.
Yeah.
He was a were-lizard. He wasn't just any lizard. He was a were-lizard.
It wasn't a bad one. It wasn't a bad one. It was an ood one.
He was a lizard that became a man.
This episode is just never going away. They're going to always talk about this episode. And people are going to be like, that's why it got canceled, because of that. No. No, that's just bad. I mean, it was comedy, but it's not supposed to be that.
Like I said, Lude was in control programming.
Yeah,
Okay,
this was a comedy one because
I loved it.
remember
It
black and white.
really made me laugh, and I'm like, wow, I didn't think I'd be talking about X-Files.
all right. So we got Zorro reboot coming. A
Again.
A post-apocalyptic take on the myth of Zorro, and follows a masked and caped stranger taking on tyrants in a Mad Max style waste.
So basically, Fallout 4 Zorro.
This is. I'm not. Excuse my language, but that's shit.
Too?
That's shit.
Oh God, people,
This is it. You see it?
keep Zorro where he belongs.
Well, I have to say that line again. All right? All right? It's a post-apocalyptic take on the myth of Zorro and follows a masked and caped stranger taking on tyrants in a Mad Max-style wasteland.
But call it Mad Max 2.
No, call it Mad Zorro.
You know what? They might as well do a sequel to Zorro and the Gay Blade, because I mean, like, basically.
Oh God, I remember seeing it so many times on HBO. Oh,
I have no interest in this.
It's not a zombie apocalypse. It's a Zorro apocalypse.
All right, so we have to screen share something else. Dan Stevens leads the X-Men series called Legion. This is the Suck series that Professor X's son in an alternate reality X-Men universe that I guess in the comics he was like a psycho drug addict, tattooed. Like,
he was the one that caused the
multi-personality disorder.
Legion was like he was like a
He was
cyberpunk.
a horrible,
He was like
horrible.
a cyberpunk, like he had like the curly. He had like a
Mohawk.
Yeah.
He had like a mohawk thing with the hair sticking up. He was very
He
cyberpunk
sucked.
looking.
He sucked.
I thought he was an interesting character.
He sucked.
Who's done it?
Character.
There was,
Bring the
you know,
chaos.
know.
Embrace the chaos.
As I said in previous everything shows, I don't know anybody that would want a Legion action figure.
No.
So I don't think there ever was
I
one.
would if I wasn't poor and broke, but yeah.
Right. So unfortunately, Marvel approved that because they knew it's going to suck, and maybe that will kill the franchise.
We might see a nude.
That's probably the only reason.
He was an interesting character. I was disappointed that they kind of wrote him off. But yeah.
Because
June.
after Age of Apocalypse, he just disappeared.
Well, he had no purpose. Really.
Who knows? Who knows? We might see Zorro up here.
Yeah, Doom is getting a reboot for May 13th for the
Yeah,
video
I
game.
saw that.
Kickstarter for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still wrapped around the Zorro Mad Max.
They do a
story.
joint venture. If they're going to do something like that, they do a joint venture with that and Mad Max instead of just trying to Zorro in.
Mad Zorro Fury Road Part 2.
That they were planning to do a Zorro Django crossover.
That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that a while ago that Quentin Tarantino said I think it was him, said he wasn't opposed to the idea
Wow.
because it would technically work together, sort of.
Yeah.
Django and Zorro Unchained.
Zorro Apocalypse.
Mad Zorro Fury Road Part 2.
I haven't seen Mad Max, but a lot of people are saying it's good, so I might
It
check
is.
it out.
They use the practical effects, and it actually works excellently.
Mad Max movies were good. I liked
Well,
them.
when I was at E3 Expo last year, you might be able to find a picture of it on my Instagram. You can find my Instagram off my YouTube, but at E3 Expo they had the car from the movie. It looked pretty badass.
Nice.
Right.
I took a picture of it.
Anybody have anything
You'd have to go back. That was like back in what was that? July. Back in
What's
July.
that, Joe?
Guys, did anybody want to talk about anything specific that they want to cover, or
There was something pretty interesting that came out today for
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh.
The viral marketing campaign started for the movie. It's really going into high gear now. And the most interesting thing from the few things that came out today was on the site called tegurado.com, which was the viral marketing company made for Cloverfield when it came out. It was the umbrella company of the company that accidentally unleashed a monster. John Goodman's picture showed up on the site today, and
Wow.
it said that he was one of the employees of the month for 2016.
Nice.
Oh my god.
And they said that his job was he worked for another part of the company called Bold. I think it was called Bold Futura. And back to the Cloverfield, way back when in the Cloverfield viral marketing, that company that he works for as part of Tegurado owned the satellite that woke up the monster.
Oh.
So, and this was the thing. They said since he was declared an employee of the month for 2016, that means that after the Cloverfield event, this movie's taking place 8 years later. So whatever is going to happen in this movie, it didn't happen yet in the Cloverfield universe. So
Why Cloverfield takes place in the future?
No. Cloverfield took place in 2008. So they're saying that the Cloverfield event happened 8 years later. The world hasn't been destroyed yet or anything like that. Okay. So whatever's going to happen in 10 Cloverfield Lane hasn't happened yet in the Cloverfield universe. So it's not like
in between both movies. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like something's gonna happen and then the movie's gonna come out. Apparently,
is this directed by Abrams?
No, it's not.
And this is
I'm just not that interested in the plot.
This is technically not Cloverfield 2?
No, it's not Cloverfield 2.
Okay.
I'm just not that interested in anything that takes place in the Cloverfield universe. It's not that interesting of a concept.
The Ood's gonna wake up.
I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna say that there was in between this time, during this movie, there's gonna be a whole bunch of monsters that just attack the world and take over. I think that's what's probably they're leaning towards. I think
could make sense.
Then they would have to do a Cloverfield sequel, right?
Well, maybe. I mean, if this movie doesn't do well, goodbye Cloverfield. We'll never see it again. Which, oh well. But
well, yeah. Did anybody see? Okay, this is very important now. Out of nowhere, they did this Funny or Die thing, where Christopher Lloyd played Willy Wonka. That he kills all these teenagers that he gives the candy bars out. I watched this. This is supposed to be funny, but they made it like a horror movie. And I'm watching this, and I can't believe how awesome Christopher Lloyd is acting like a horror guy. And I thought to myself, you know what, not for nothing. He could definitely be in a horror movie.
Yep.
Like Phantasm 7 or whatever. I mean,
he could be the main
man or something. He could take over. Because if you watch this thing, Funny or Die, where he's playing a twisted version of Willy Wonka, where it's like Gobstoppers, I guess, a fake movie. He could be a horror guy. He could. It is amazing the way he looks. So, I don't know. I should check that out.
Well, I was going to say, February 20th and 21st is Long Beach Comic Expo. I got my press credentials, and I communicated with her on Twitter. I'm going to be at Long Beach Comic Expo for my YouTube channel. I'm going to be interviewing Christina Rice. She is a writer for My Little Pony. So I'm going to make some brony jokes.
All right.
But I'm gonna soft pitch it. I'm gonna
actual brownie, chocolate brownie.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with my Ood jokes.
And then I've been communicating with her through email. She doesn't want to meet in person, but she was willing to do an interview with me through Google Hangouts. So I'm trying to arrange that now. I'm gonna try to interview Brookers. I don't know if you guys remember Brookers. She was really famous 10 years ago. did a lot of viral videos, was one of the early YouTube stars, but then she kind of disappeared and stopped doing videos for a while, but now she's back, and so I guess you guys don't remember Workers.
I don't know.
Familiar.
Okay, not a big deal to you, but Christina Rice might be a funny interview, because I'm gonna work my way up to Bronies. I'm gonna soft pitch the interview in the beginning. I'm gonna talk about like what inspires your stories, and be like, hey, do you write any stories for Bronies? It could be funny. It could be funny. What?
When you start doing, actually have a brownie in your mouth and take a bite. Like, oh yeah, what about brownies?
I could. I'll actually have I've got somebody that's going to hold the camera for me this time around. So
Have them dressed as a brownie.
Anything could be better than Avatar.
All right. So, anything else, guys? You have anything you want to talk about?
Well, Avatar is in my. I would have to say it's in my top 10 favorite films of all time.
Wow.
It's not in the top 5, but I would say.
Hey, that's the first something you said, Steampunk.
Yeah, I don't like Avatar. All right.
Well,
it doesn't make it his top 5 though, Joe. So we're safe.
Right.
Well, I mean, my favorite film of all time would be Vanilla Sky.
Oh God! Wow.
That's even worse.
It's a toss-up between Looker and Dragon Slayer.
I'm also a big fan of Donnie Darko. I think Donnie Darko is probably my second favorite film of all time.
Donnie Darko, I'm a fan of as well. I have to say, I like that movie a lot. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with some podcasts and some unboxing, hopefully.
And the Ood is signing out.
All right.
Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then.
Yeah, I'm sure. Unless you return, what, you going to leave us and return
Well,
do Christmas special?
non-linear space-time. You know, speaking to people of the future. Merry Christmas to people of the future.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.